Hello, my name is Saul. I've been making challah for 24 years, and this is the way I make it. Everything has to be of room temperature that we're going to use. I'm going to warm 3 eggs that I just took out of the fridge, and I'm going to put it on the tap water and let them stay for 10 or 15 minutes. The next thing I do is I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of sugar and put it in the bottom of this bowl, and I'm going to take 9 ounces of water, as hot as you can, out of the tap. Yeast works real well if the temperature is between 80 and 110 degrees. And if the yeast doesn't rise, there are 3 reasons why it won't rise. The yeast may be too old, water may be too cold, or they may be too hot. Most yeast packages have an expiration date on them. Okay, we're going to pour the water in here, and I'm going to put 6 teaspoons of Red Star active dried yeast. I'm just going to spoon it around.
Sprinkle it on top.
3, 4, 5, 6. And I take a fork and stir the yeast so it's all saturated. And this is called proofing the yeast. It will come up to a dome within 10 or 15 minutes, and if you leave it longer, it will fall back on itself, which is no problem. Now we'll set that aside, and we're going to put 6 cups of unbleached bread flour. And most of the time I use gold medal, I would say 90% of the time, but this is Sunny Select, and there's also different manufacturers of bread flour, such as Pillsbury and King Arthur. We go in and just shake it off. Don't have to weigh it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 5-pound bag will make 5 loaves of bread. And the next thing we're going to do is going to put in a 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 handfuls of raisins. Don't put more than 2 handfuls of raisins because you're not making a raisin bread. Just throw them in. You can also use white raisins if you wish. Now put the hook. It's essential that you put the hook in before you plug in the electricity. Just a safety caution. There we go. we're going to run this for 1 minute on the first setting. Whatever. It's a lot better than doing it by hand, which you used to have to knead for about 20 minutes. This just takes you 6-7 minutes and you're through. Take the spatula, lift the hook up, and do the same thing again for another minute.
But you're knocking the shoulders down, right?
It'll mix the salt and the sugar up better.
Okay. So now you're going to go for another minute?
Yeah, now. Okay, do it again now.
So you're just getting it thoroughly mixed up, is that the purpose?
That's right. So it's thoroughly mixed. Okay.
Another minute?
Yeah, that's it. Now, this is going for 2 minutes, and we're going to wait now for the yeast to rise.
How long will that
About
take?
10 minutes.
Okay, so 10, we'll come back in 10.
It'll come up to a dome, and it gets at a certain height, it'll fall back on itself.
All right, so we'll come back in 10 minutes.
Yeah. You see, it's only been about 4 minutes, and you can see it's already rising. And now we can put the eggs in it.
Well,
the collapse.
Now, what are you going to do now?
That's proof that the yeast is okay. You can start recording.
Okay.
It takes 3 eggs. We're going to use two eggs plus 1 yolk to put into the yeast. We're going to crack the eggs and put it into this container to be sure that there are no that way you can see if there's no shells in there. You can take it out. Take the yolk out. Pinch the whites so it'll fall off. See, the whites will fall off on this here. And put it in here. Throw the whites out. I have no use for just those whites. Now these here we're going to put in just to check that they don't have any shells. And we're going to put that in. If there's a shell in there, you can take it out with a spoon. And you're going to put that in there. And we're going to use a cup of oil.
What kind of oil are you using?
Using Mazola corn oil.
100% pure Mazola corn oil. I can't, okay.
And we're going to put that in the yeast. And we're going to take a beater and we're going to stir this up so all the small particles, they'll be all,
what small particles?
Be all mixed up. The egg and the oil and everything will really mixed up. See, that's good. Now we're going to put this mixture into there and scrape it out with a spatula. And we're going to turn it on 1. Speed 1 again, real slow. Yeah, otherwise it's going to blow.
It's going to show all over my camera lens.
Yeah. So we'll do that for 2 minutes, and I usually time it with my clock.
Okay. So we're going for 2 minutes on this, huh?
2 minutes.
All right, I'm going to shut it off right now.